So 7 o'clock, go ahead and get started. For any of you that didn't hear me before, welcome to the Community Utilities breakout room. Please keep your audio muted and your videos off throughout the duration of the presentation. We're going to start out with a polling question. What is a word you would use to describe community utilities in South Whitehall today? I'm sure you did this with the other sessions, so just go to menti.com. Then I will pull up that code. So here's the code up here at the top of the screen, 41327482. And tell us a word you would use to describe community utilities in South Whitehall today. Okay, so for those on the phone, just read off a few of these. We have sewer, gas, broadband, electricity, essential, water, the word valuable, and some aging. So, and then we just got a few more progressive. Okay, thanks for those. And now I'm going to turn it over to Sue at LVPC.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sue Rockwell, Senior Environmental Planner at the LVPC. Community utilities, including sewer, water, stormwater, solid waste, electric, and telecommunications, are part of the foundation of a community that allows it to function and grow. They are the physical infrastructure that provides essential public health, economic, social, and environmental services. An LVPC public opinion survey asked residents throughout the Lehigh Valley how important a variety of planning issues will be over the next 10 years. More than 95% of respondents indicated public water supply and sewage disposal facilities will be important or very important. 80 to 90% indicated that broadband, cable, and telephone service will be important or very important. A booming economy, beautiful topography, and a diverse variety of arts and culture activities define a region that is growing in people, jobs, and opportunities. Managing that growth is key as our 62 municipalities strive to build on a regional sense of place that attracts more than 4,000 new residents every year. Directing growth toward a series of centers and corridors will help create the dynamic communities of the future while preserving our natural beauty, history, and agricultural land. Working together as a region, we can prepare for a future in which lifestyles, technology, and climate are changing dramatically. It's all about balance. And we achieve that balance by understanding the interrelationships between things. By managing growth and development to enhance South Whitehall Township, you can increase the social, economic, and environmental well-being of the region, match development intensity with sustainable infrastructure capacity, and improve the utility and mobility infrastructure of the region. And by using environmentally friendly utility infrastructure, you can mitigate the effects of climate change. The Future LV General Land Use Plan shows areas recommended for development, farmland preservation, preservation buffer, and ex-urban. The LVPC uses this plan as an important component of development review. Development areas have most or all of the factors needed to support growth, such as sewer and transportation capacity and contiguity to existing development, and are capable of accommodating additional growth. Preservation buffer areas may have factors present that are capable of accommodating additional development. The most appropriate future land use for these areas should be based on a planning analysis of defined development criteria, including the availability of adequate sewer capacity and water supply. Generally, the area of South Whitehall Township south of Walmart Avenue is served by public sewers, with treatment at the Kleins Island Wastewater Treatment Plant in the city of Allentown, and coincides with the development area on the map. Public water supply is provided primarily by the township's water supply wells, with interconnections with the City of Allentown and Lehigh County Authority water systems. For the Lehigh Valley to reach its potential, we must lay the groundwork for the next generation of technology and communications. Our network of the future will provide transportation and communication options that connect work, home, and places where people want to go, both locally and regionally. Investing in existing roads, bridges, transit lines, and utilities while using next-generation technology to manage freight traffic and enable new job opportunities will create a dynamic system that improves the flow of goods, services, and people. As we move into the future, we can expect the need for real-time information to make decisions. The fourth industrial revolution leads this future force. Enhanced connectivity, artificial intelligence, 3D printing, the rising on-demand economy, and energy diversification, for example, demonstrate continually increasing influence globally and regionally. Planning, zoning, and land development regulation changes will be needed in the coming decades to repurpose building spaces made obsolete by the on-demand nature of 3D printing. Building code and permitting requirements will need to evolve to accommodate 3D printed homes, automated building systems, and increased electrical demand. Electricity is a foundational element of society. Without it, we don't function. Municipalities like South Whitehall Township will need to develop new zoning, development categories, and amend comprehensive plans and official maps to adapt to a new energy future. People will be more connected in every aspect of life. Individuals and businesses without access in a connected economy could be left behind without support, exacerbating poverty and increasing social and economic isolation. By laying the groundwork for the next generation of technology, you can prepare for a driverless future, support telecommuting options to reduce travel demands, advance autonomous and electric vehicle technologies, expand broadband, 5G, and future wireless capacity, and expand electric utility capacity. Lehigh Valley residents have come to consider our urban parks, rolling farmlands, and scenic vistas as core to the regional identity. Protecting our land, water, and air preserves our region's character and makes it an attractive place to live, work, and visit. Enhancing those assets will improve our quality of life and puts the region on a path to a sustainable future. The environmental impacts of development and the utilities that support it can be minimized in a number of ways. Protect the quality and quantity of surface water and groundwater. Manage the rate, volume, and quality of storm runoff. Promote development in areas with public sewer and water capacity. Strengthen public sewer and water in centers and along corridors as needed. Discourage the use of packaged sewage treatment plants. Provide environmentally responsible and economical solid, electronic, and hazardous waste disposal and recycling. Educate elected officials and the public on the importance of sustainable sewer, water, and green infrastructure. Prevent adverse impacts to high-priority natural, historic, and cultural resources associated with mega-regional and regional utilities, and minimize and mitigate the impacts of utility expansion associated with technological advancements, population, and business growth. Our infrastructure and utility systems have a profound effect on climate change. Policy at the federal, state, and local levels inform whether those effects are positive or negative. Cleaner, more sustainable energy systems to support electrical infrastructure, for example, will reduce greenhouse gas emissions created through energy derived from fossil fuels. More resilient infrastructure requiring less perpetual maintenance reduces ongoing costs to the municipalities like South Whitehall Township by requiring less capital and human resources. Other infrastructure, such as stormwater management facilities, can be constructed in a more energy and natural resource efficient manner that supports the natural environment. Stormwater management in South Whitehall Township is accomplished partially through the implementation of ordinances at the county level and enforced by the township. The township is divided into 3 watersheds, the Little Lehigh, Copley, and Jordan Creeks. In this example of suburban infill, note the naturalized stormwater management area to the left of the community. The natural environment provides a variety of essential functions, including stormwater management, flood protection, clean air and water, recreational opportunities, and wildlife habitat, among others, and are vital to the health and well-being of a community. The use of green infrastructure in managing storm runoff is a way to limit the impacts of development on the natural environment by minimizing disturbed areas and reducing impervious cover. This environmentally sensitive approach involves vegetation, soils, and natural processes for stormwater treatment on a site as opposed to conveyance off-site. The region is facing the effects of climate change, including higher temperatures and more precipitation, which results in more water runoff problems and floods that damage property, roads, and other infrastructure. These impacts can be mitigated through the use of green infrastructure practices. The balance of these things is critical to the township's success and also our region's. The power of the comprehensive plan is that it captures the values and vision of the community and then develops policies and actions around them. The comprehensive plan is a playbook that leads to ordinance and map changes and programmatic growth that support implementation as well. As you're aware, the need for the community to guide the development of new township goals and policies is critical. I hope that you will join us again for the Community Utilities Working Group to roll up our sleeves together to chart a path forward to ensure the availability of adequate, environmentally friendly utility infrastructure to meet existing and future township needs. To join the Community Utilities Working Group, go to www.swtcomplan.org to sign up. Thank you.
Thanks, Sue. Okay, so we're going to go into another Menti live polling question. What is the word you would use to describe community utilities in South Whitehall over the next 10 years? So if you can use that same code 4132482 to go ahead and let us know. Okay, so for those on the phone, we have sustainable and more efficient. We also had need to adapt, grow, and also evolve. All right. So we'll go back to the presentation here. So you can now transition to breakout session number 3. I'm also going to be putting in the chat box. You should see in there all of the links to the other sessions and back to the main meeting room as well. So if you can go ahead and go to your next session, you might just be either catching the end of the meeting or joining just in time. So